we're closing the loop by also collecting the waste, which is then an ingredient into the food that then goes into the catering company that ends up in the mouths of our staff. It's amazing. So one of the guiding principles on the mine is circularity. And that can mean different things in different contexts. But this following story just so plainly and beautifully illustrates exactly what we're looking to achieve, guided by this principle. Food waste collection enterprise, there is a composting system and enterprise, there is nutrient-dense food being supplied to our staff, and there's the most beautiful organic produce being grown in our food gardens. So in this interview, I speak to Pumza, who is the catering lady, who's central to this story. Now, Pumza supplies our staff with these beautiful pre-prepared meals on a daily basis. And what we've done is just really connect these various enterprises that I've mentioned into this wonderful circular story. So what happens is we collect the food waste from Pumza, from her kitchen, which is an inevitable side or byproduct of producing food from a catering company. We use that as an ingredient into our compost system, which runs independently, and those food and wet wastes form unbelievable ingredients for our composting system. We then use that compost, this organic amendment, to our soils before we grow our next season's worth of fresh produce in our gardens. And then obviously those meals that are produced are then supplied to our staff. We know the ingredients, so we know that we're in control of that process, and we know what kind of the level of food that our staff are getting. We're supporting Pumza, a local entrepreneur, brilliant lady, who you'll see through this interview is just quite phenomenal and quite inspiring to be around. And all of this comes together in that at the end of the day, we're getting a discounted rate on the food being supplied through our produce supply to Pumza.
My name is Pumza Pokojwe. I am from here in the Free State. I was born here, and my parents were born from here. Were born in Free State, but their origins. My dad is from the Transkei, and my mom is from here.
Was it more a chore, or did you just love cooking from the beginning?
I was fascinated by how something that is raw can become something that a person would eat and be.
It can transform. The cooking process changes the whole thing.
I was fascinated by the cooking process.
Okay.
So that's why I would do my chores and finish early and then come and sit with my grandmother while she's cooking.
It's amazing.
Learn. But my mom's dad didn't know how to cook, so
really?
I would have my own recipes, and I would stir up some things, and
Start for you. How and when did you turn that into a business?
I finished my matric and did national diploma in jewelry design and manufacturing.
Wow.
And then after that, but I was always cooking for other kids where we live, at school. So I would sell quarters and chips and
And that was 2009?
Yeah, that was in 2009.
And that was here in Belcom?
In Virginia.
Oh, in Virginia,
yes,
okay.
There was a satellite campus of Central University of Technology.
Okay.
We were only doing jewelry there. So I was staying there at school. And then I started cooking, and then I saw that it's making me money.
Well done.
Yeah, because I was making 500 or 600 a day.
Whoa, and that's coming from student life where students don't have any money.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were not that many. It was I think we were maybe 50.
Sure.
Because it was just a satellite campus, so we were only doing jewelry design there. And then I saw that, this thing is making money.
Well,
yeah.
With Homestead, you've been catering and supplying the staff there with food for some time now. How long have you been doing that?
I started last year in May.
Okay, so we're just over a year that you've had that contract.
Yes.
Okay. What I'm very interested in and I'm loving about your story is how integrated into Homestead you've becoming. So, as you know, from our side, we've got a regenerative farm. We're producing organic vegetables and we've got free range eggs and we've got our chickens that we call our savannah raised chickens. Tell me a little bit more about your kitchen waste and how that's going back to the mine. What were you doing with your waste, and is it helping you that we're now taking that waste out of your kitchen?
Yes, I used to just throw it away because I wouldn't have any use for it. I don't have very green hands, but I love plants, so my plants don't usually grow. I think again I'm not that patient with that. So
We all have our strengths,
yeah, I love the greenery, but I'm not like that kind of a person.
I guess there's also so many hours in a day.
Yeah, I don't have that much time
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
So I would just throw it away with the garbage. But then when you came and said I should supply you with that, and then I started doing that, and there was still like the veggies that I would get from the mine, and then like the waste that I get from those veggies, I would take them back to the mine. And then they are turned into compost. Yes.
Then, obviously, off the back of the compost system at Homestead, we're producing organic compost. That's now an amendment for the next round of vegetables that we're growing. So that goes into the beds and provides nutrition for these beautiful vegetables. And what I'm really like is the fact that recently we did a transaction, and you actually got from us the rocket that we had recently done. And tell me about what meal you prepared with that and how that was delivered back to the mine.
Okay, I made a Greek salad, and then today I made chicken wraps.
So we did chicken wraps today.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yes.
I think it's just so incredible because now our staff are not only eating your amazing food, but it's actually got ingredients in it that we know that we grew, coming from there. So I think, it talks to a couple of things. It talks to local, so that food is coming from a local place. It's got minimum food miles, and then again, it's like it's going back ultimately back into the soil, and then we're growing again.
And what I saw with your veggies, they are much, I don't know what, like they are very, like the rocket that I would normally buy at Woolies or Checkers or Pick and Pay. It's like very small. And then that one that I got from you guys, it's like big.
Right,
and
that's
even
cool.
the spinach also, I would see like a very big difference. And even the cooking time, you would see that the other ones take longer, but
wow.
yours, it cooks faster. I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yes.
That's a new feature. Thank you. I'm going to
Yes.
advertise that now.
Yes.
Yeah.